All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Hawakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who will teach well. And just doing a quick little lesson on abominable foods, all right? Abominable foods. Let's look at that word abominable right quick. Well, you know what? I'll just do it from my dictionary because I got this. Let me just do it right here. All right, it says abominable.
Abominable.
Causing moral revulsion, okay? Loathsome, detestable, hateful, okay? Damnable, okay? Because offensive, repulsive, or reprehensible, okay? Atrocious, horrifying. And damnable, all right, is some of these, some of the laws that were given to us, all right? If we break them, i.e., example of adultery, you can be put to death, so it's damnable. Okay, so let's go. Slovakia. Let's go to here. All right, and now let's go back to these laws. All right, it says Leviticus 11:4. So what I got here is just is a Google laws of the Bible, and this is one thing that came up. Okay, and I think I passed where I was at. Let me see. I think it was 80. Dang, I forgot where I was at. What point I was at? Let me see. Okay, here we go. So it says not to eat unclean animals. Now let's go look at actual Leviticus 11:4. All right. We're gonna start at the top. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, it's like, and Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud, among the beasts that ye shall eat. Okay. So if you look over here on the right, is in the NIV, it says you may eat any animal that has a divided hoof and that chews the cud. So an animal that has a divided hoof and chews the grass, okay, is a cow. All right. It says, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, all right, grass, okay, or of them that divide the hooves. All right, here we go. As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Okay, so an unclean animal, all right, is an example of a camel. All right, let's go down to number 181, where it says Leviticus 11:13, but we're going to read some more in between that. All right, this is Leviticus 11:5. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. All right, I've never seen a coney, don't know what it looks like, but I'm going to look it up. Okay, it looks like a little gerbil. All right, looks like an actual rat, like a little gerbil thing. Okay, or a ground. It looks like and just me speaking as a person, it looks like a groundhog. Okay, but I don't know. All right, but this is not lawful. All right, it chews the cud, but it's not divided by the hooves. Okay, see, look at his paw. It has three. I'm gonna say finger like things for his paw. Okay. Um, verse 6 it says, "And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you." And a rabbit is a hare. We all know what rabbits look like. And here's a big one. This is why people fall short at hard. Okay. At Leviticus 11:7, "And the swine, though he divide the hoof," right? There's a divide on his at the bottom of his leg. He's divided in as far as where his foot would be. But and be cloven footed, he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you, because he doesn't eat grass. Okay, he's unclean. He eats everything. A pig will eat himself. Okay, if you put another dead pig inside of a pig pen, the pig will eat his own self. Okay, of their flesh shall you not touch, shall you not eat, and their carcasses shall you not touch. They are unclean to you. All right, let's look at this word unclean because it keeps coming up. The word is, to me,
Strong's H 2931. Tameh. Tameh.
it says unclean, impure, ethically, and religiously. All right. So it's unclean morally or religiously to us because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai said it was unclean. And the reasons are because it does not chew the cud, even though it's divided in the hooves. Okay. All right, so this is the definition for unclean. And just Google, it says morally wrong. Well, at the top, it says dirty. All right, morally wrong. So to eat a pig is morally wrong. All right, it says a food regarded in a particular religion as impure and unfit to be clean. So guess what? A pig is unfit to be eaten. So like I said, to be clean, but it says to be eaten. So a pig is unfit to be eaten. Okay, it's impure. So let's see. Let's go back to here. And this is within the laws. Leviticus 11, and let's look at 178. It says to distinguish which creatures are fit to eat, which sea creatures are fit to eat. And how do we do that? They must have scales. Okay, so this Leviticus 11 and 9. These They must have scales and fins, Salakia. All right, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, and Salakia, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of the living things which is in the water, they shall be an abomination unto you. So we already looked up the word abomination. All right, let me keep reading. They shall even be an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Okay. Whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. Okay. So anything that's in the waters that does not have fins and scales, it's an abomination unto you. All right. So what's an example? All right, this is back in the little list of laws that I had got down there, look at from time to time. It's saying the same thing that we read in Leviticus 11. It says 182. It says not to eat sea creatures without fins and scales. Okay, because the Lord said we are supposed to distinguish uh which sea creatures are fit to eat. And how do you distinguish something? Let's look at that definition. You examine it. Okay. To distinguish. All right. Here we go. It says recognize or treat someone or something as different. Nope. Here we go. It says manage to discern. Okay. Something barely uh perceptible. Okay. You manage to discern if the animal, all right, is lawful to eat based on going in the scriptures. Okay. All right. So let's give an example of a fish that is lawful to eat. All right, salmon. salmon or salmon, however you say it, that's lawful to eat. A fish that's not lawful to eat is catfish. Okay. So I had up here in Google, and there was other things that the Lord listed in the water that we're gonna read just 10 again. Okay, this is Leviticus 11 and 10, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the waters, and of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination to you. So anything that's in the water that does not have fins and scales, okay, if you eat it, it's an abomination unto you. So let's see what we got down here. All right, so I just Google how does shellfish affect the body, because a shellfish is an example. For example, like a crab is a shellfish. Okay. All right, this is not the correct answer. All right, it says what diseases can you get from shellfish? Okay. All right, shellfish related illnesses. Okay. ASP, uh, amnesic shellfish poisoning, diuretic shellfish poisoning, and paralactic shellfish poisoning. Okay, let's look at these and see what these are. This is why these things are abomination. All right, one, because the Lord says so, and these things uh, are poisonous apparently. Let's see what these are one by one. All right, what is ASP? All right, it says domic acid is a marine biotoxin called amnesic shellfish poisoning, which is produced by the diatom pseudonitschia, a type of naturally occurring microscopic algae. Shellfish eat this algae and can retain the toxin, all right, because shellfish are bottom feeders. People can become ill from eating shellfish contaminated with amnesic shellfish poisoning. Several cases of amnesic shellfish poisoning can result in permanent short-term memory loss. So that's why Jake is out here fucked up, because they eating poisonous food. All right, their memory is gone. All right. All right. It says, how do shellfish become contaminated with ASP? Shellfish are filter feeders. Okay, so that means they filter the water, man. They eat what's not supposed to be there. They pump the water through their system, filtering out and eating algae and other food particles. When shellfish eat biotoxin producing algae, the biotoxin can accumulate in their tissue. And guess what you eat? You eat the meat, which holds forth their tissue. All right, and you get that poisoning. All right, let's look at DSP. All right, diuretic shellfish poisoning is a marine biotoxin produced by dioflagellate diophysis, which is a type of naturally occurring microscopic algae. Shellfish eat these algae and can retain the toxin. People can become ill from eating shellfish contaminated with diuretic shellfish poisoning. So how would you know if the shellfish that you bought from the store uh, ate one of these microscopic algae? You wouldn't know, and then you would be sick, going to the doctor trying to get your stomach pumped. All right, and it says the same thing that the first paragraph said about ASP. Let's see what uh, PSP says. Paralactic shellfish poisoning is a naturally occurring marine biotoxin that is produced by some species of microscopic algae. Shellfish eat these algae and can retain the toxin. People can become ill from eating shellfish contaminated with paralactic shellfish poisoning. the biotoxin affects the nervous system and paralyzes muscles. The term paralactic shellfish poison. All right, thus the term paralactic shellfish poisoning. High levels of paralactic shellfish poison can cause severe illness and death. Okay, so again, stay away from these unhealthy seafoods, these unhealthy foods in general, man. All right, especially of the things that are written in scripture that we shouldn't be eating. So let's go back and see. Let's see what it says here. Why shouldn't you eat crabs? Here we go. It says according to a new bulletin released by the CDC, crab meat being shipped to the United States from Venezuela has been linked to an outbreak of Vibrio parahemolactis, which is a particularly nasty little bacteria that can cause dramatic gestational problems if you happen to be infected with it. So don't eat crab meat because it'll fuck up your digestion system. All right. It says, why do Jews not eat shellfish? It says, because the Torah allows only eating animals that both chew the cud and have cloven hooves. Pork is prohibited. All right, let's look at that word prohibited. Define prohibited.
Prohibited.
That has been forbidden, banned. Okay, so the Lord has banned pork and all these other abominable foods, man. All right, the Lord has disapproved of these things because these things are not supposed to go in your body. But Esau, all right, the so-called white man, all right, he has you Jakes eating this stuff on a regular basis, man. It's pumped all in your foods. Look at that. You got John Witherspoon. All right. Look at this. This whole Jake on the right over here, Soul Food Junkies, got a whole damn probably the half of the whole the portion of the pig. And look at this. This is what pork. This is what a pig is, man. It's laying in its own filth. Okay. This is why the Lord said you shouldn't eat it, man. It's horrible, man. This is what they used to feed you when you was a slave, man. All right. All right. Go back to this. All right, let's read this. It says, "Why was pork forbidden in the Bible? Because one, the Lord said it to Moses to speak these words into the children of Israel. Two, it says, let's read what this says. It says, pigs are described in the section of Leviticus 11:7-8 as prohibited. All right, which means forbidden, as we just saw, because they have a cloven hoof but do not chew the cud, which is grass. The ban on consumption of pork is repeated in Deuteronomy 14:8. All right, let's get that. Deuteronomy 14:8. And these are within the law, man. It says, and the swine, Deuteronomy 14:8, and the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean to you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcasses. All right, so it's simple, man. Don't eat the shellfish. Showed you reason why. First and foremost, the most important reason why is because the Lord said don't do it. And then adverse effects of it. ASP, PSP, DSP, okay? And then the pig, because, and then the pig, because it is unclean. We saw it in the picture where it was laying in its own filth, okay? All right? But, stay away from the abominable foods, man, all right? Lord, will you edify? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hawakakradash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who will and teach well. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect Kwam Yasharala Mawaf Lababah. Shalom.